What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is live with another Fallout 76 video, and today, you can probably guess by the thumbnail, I'll be talking about the Cursed Rolling Pin, and a little bit more about the cursed weapons in general here in a little bit. But I just wanted to make this video because I found this weapon to be quite fun to use, and it's something different than what I usually cover. So for anyone who doesn't know, the Cursed Legendary effect gives you plus 35% damage, plus 15% attack speed, at the cost of minus 15% durability. Now, how exactly do you acquire these weapons? Well, right now you can't not get the Broadsider or the Rolling Pin. Those are exclusive to the Mole Miner Pales. Here's the Broadsider, for example. And the next time this event will roll around is going to be May 14th through the 18th. So be sure to be on the lookout for these weapons. I have created a Discord. We're about 83 members strong now, so if that's something that interests you, feel free to join that at the link below. And with all that out the way, let's get into the video. So starting out, this will not be an optimized build by any means whatsoever. I've been experiencing with melee playstyles for a little bit now since updates dropped, but I do have to say this thing is very good, and it might be the fastest swinging one-handed melee weapon in the game, especially when you get all the stacks going with something like Thrill Seeker, the new 4-star mod that drops from Bigfoot. So yeah, this thing swings pretty fast and does a respectable amount of damage. This is the role I'm going to be using throughout the video. Well, for the most part, I'm going to have a second role I'm going to show later in the video, but it is just Bloodied, Rapid, Barbarians, and Thrill Seeker. So two relatively new mods on this thing. Here is a little showcase of how fast this thing can swing whenever you get the stacks of Thrill Seeker going there. So with everything added together, Martial Artist, Rapid, and Thrill Seeker, with Cursed of course, you're looking at about a 100% swing speed bonus. And this is the armor set I've been using throughout the video. It is Bolsterings, Endurance, Sentinels, and Sawbones on a Civil Engineer set. This armor set does provide quite a bit of protection, with Bolster giving you around 50% damage reduction. So kind of like Overeaters on steroids, or the old version of it anyway. Yeah, it's a very strong legendary effect. I will have a build video with Bolsterings in it out sometime tomorrow. I believe it should be ready. But yeah, this is a pretty good effect. I don't know if it's as good as using something like Unyieldings, especially if you're not in power armor. I mean, Unyielding is just kind of really hard to give up, especially on a melee build where you're getting extra damage from having Unyielding. Alternatively, you could also try on the Rage chest piece, which gives you a whopping 100% extra damage at the cost of taking 100% extra damage. But you get this from the Colossal Problem event when you fight the Earl Williams regional boss. Now, if you don't have Thrill Seekers or you want to try something different, you could use the 4-star mod Charged, which comes from the Fallout TV show bundle with that NCR power armor for 30 bucks, or you could get it from the third encounter of the raid. So it's a very good mod. How it works is you hit 3 light attacks, then you hit a heavy attack, and you release a very powerful explosion. So very good effect, I'm not even gonna lie. Now here are the legendary perks I'm using in the video. Hack and Slash is a very good legendary perk. It's been buffed significantly, but it is a very strong legendary perk and something that you will definitely not be disappointed in if you do decide to invest into it for a melee build. Anyways, this is the build I am using in the video. Again, this is not a super optimized build by any means. However, it is a build that I did put some effort into. So while it may not be exactly perfect quite at this moment, it is something that is a very good build in my opinion for somebody who is a human using low health anyway. Some more gameplay of me using the Rolling Pin. So this is me in West Tech against level 100 super mutants, and you can see the Bloody Mess effect proccing here. So this perk got reworked to make enemies who are bleeding explode upon death, or a chance to do so anyway. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the explosion if you have Grenadier on is pretty big, but it just doesn't do enough. Like, the explosion does maybe 300 damage, which is just not enough to justify really using the perk or building into bleeding effects in my opinion. But it is oddly satisfying to look at, strangely enough. And when you see the red fireworks appear on the ground like you saw just then, that is actually from Hack and Slash. And the hack and slash explosions, they do proc the effects that are on your weapon. So if you have something like cryo, or you have something like, I don't know, bleeding effects or poison or whatever you have, fire, it will spread that to everything hit by that AoE, which is very strong. And another look at the charge legendary effect I talked about earlier. This is me using it on a headhunt target. These guys are quite beefy, so as you can imagine, the charge legendary effect is pretty good. It's a pretty substantial effect, so if you do end up getting it or end up buying the bundle, you can create that two-handed super sledge and breaking it down over and over again until you actually learn the mod itself. So there's a direct way to get this, and it is very strong. And honestly, if I was to, use this rolling pin in my day-to-day build, I would be using it with the charged effect rather than Thrill Seeker, just because of that AoE capabilities. However, Thrill Seeker is still pretty good, especially like when you can get it ramped up with the swing speed. I was more interested to see how fast I could get this thing to swing, since it does have the curse effect, so just by default it swings faster than everything else in the game. So I just wanted to test that out and see, how silly it would look. But at the end of the day, I do recommend using Fracture or Charged instead. And a little preview about what you could probably expect to see on this channel very soon. Yeah, a little Easter egg for you guys there. Possibly the next Ultimate Guide video? Question mark? Anyways, that's all I have for you guys here. Just a quick, silly little build video for the Cursed Rolling Pin. I will have a Cursed Harpoon Gun video come out here soon, showcasing a build of that. It is a unique weapon in the fact that, well, you'll have to go and just watch the video to find that out, because this thing does have some secrets to it that lets it do things that other weapons normally can't do. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in that next video. Take care.